All right, 5-9 gamers, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends podcast. Today is episode 46, Road to the Next LF. We had a little bit of breathing room this week. Some might say the game is dry. Others like me would say a little bit of relief. And yeah, before we go into today's topics today, we have a very special guest for you. It's RikuTheBest, better than the rest, aka the Dark Knight. I called you that, but am I good for today?
Yeah. You don't worry, you're good for today. I like how my icon looks on there too. So it's so funny.
Well, it's the one that you sent me, so
yeah, it's me when I'm raging. So it fits.
RikuTheBest, but exactly cool. But he's not the only one here. We have our other content lead for Dragon Ball Legends, Azdeek. How are you doing, man?
Doing great, as always.
We are joined by Gogeta Blue enjoyer xNoctis. I wanted to say Swift, but that would be wrong.
Yo, yeah. I thought that was Swift's cue, but yo, what up, guys?
No, we have Swift is here as Clapku Supremacy, right? How you doing, man?
Yes, sir.
True.
Live and direct.
Live and direct, interesting. So yeah, today we're gonna talk about the Limit Break banner. We have a revisit of the Broly. I don't know if you played him at high stars, but you could get him from the raid. We're gonna talk about that raid, and I guess the most time will be talking about the video and stuff speculation, since we get a video and stuff on Tuesday, if I'm not wrong. And we're gonna get new characters, and then there's a new person that's gonna be introduced and all that stuff. But yeah, the first thing that we got that many people were hyped for is that Limit Break banner where you could get 600 LFZ power. Rico, did you summon on that? And would you say worth it or meh?
You're summoning on it right now, dude.
Yeah, that's why I can't hear you.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I forgot to press the button. So I haven't summoned on the banner yet. I don't know if I will, to be honest. Like, is it worth it? I mean, what do you guys banner? Think? I need to like formulate an opinion. Like, I actually don't know. I have to look over it, to be honest, because I haven't been on it since like yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I'll say right now, I think the Z Power banner is 100% worth it. It's 3000 CC. It's going to be, guaranteed Z Power. It's one of those banners that like, you're not really summoning on it to, get some fire pulls. Like you might get lucky and get something good, but at the end of the day, it's really just worth it for the Z Power because you get 1000 regular Z Power with, I believe, no limitations. You can just put it into any unit. And then at the very end, you get the 600 LF Z Power. So if you have like, an LF unit you're trying to star up or something like that for 3000 CC, this is a steal.
Yeah.
You think it's a steal for free-to-play units?
For free to play players, yeah, definitely. Like if you happen to have 3000 saved, then yeah, definitely go for it.
Yeah. So personally, I'm gonna go ahead and step in right here because I am a free to play player, and so I always prior to actually these podcasts, I would never summon on these because I didn't see worth. But on over time, 5-9 Gaming has eventually just told me or convinced me that these are definitely worth it because honestly at all times I have one of these Legends limited power Z powers in stock at all times. I always have one just in case I want to get a brand new LF just to 3 stars to get that extra Z ability and stuff like that, or even just to go ahead and get some more Z ability on just a regular 1% unit. Right, like right now I really want that Goten Zenkai, but I'm kind of just really conflicted at the moment just because I am like 100 Z power away from getting him to 7 stars just because we only got 500 from this recent event. So that sucks.
That's a whole nother conversation. That really disappointed me as well. I feel really bad for the people that had him. Like you said, you're basically 1 copy away and then you end up 100 Z power away. So it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, they did that. They must have done that knowingly. I mean, for Goku, we got 700, right? So you could get him to 3 stars if you didn't have him before. And I also...
Even it out, man.
Yeah, fair is fair. No, I also summoned...
Do you feel like they...
Go ahead.
I do have a question. So do you feel like that they kind of force you to summon on banner to get the rest of the Z power for real?
Well, it's either that, but you can also get 200 Legends limited Z power from the pity from the step ups, right? And there's one coming on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Oh, that's true.
So you could go for the pity. I don't remember how much you would have to summon to actually get the 200. I think it's like 10, 15k at least. But I feel like this could be the case because, I mean, it's guaranteed 600 Legends Limited Z power for a unit that you have, and which is also why I summoned. If you do summon or are planning to summon, the banner goes away next reset. So in about 12 hours, the banner is gone. If you're watching this on YouTube, the banner is gone. And yeah, you get so much Z power. I have one in my gift box now and one in my regular box, which is why I summoned on the last day. So because it expires after 6 days. And you want to keep that in until the banner drops so you know who to give it to.
Yeah. If you're planning on saving the Z power, then you want to wait until like the very last second to summon. But the way I look at this is I try to compare this banner to the Super CC. So if you want to get an LF Z power from the Super CC, it's going to basically cost you over $100.
Like 120, I think, yeah.
Yeah,
like
exactly. So you compare that to this, which is only 3000 CC, and then not only are you getting the LFZ power, but you're also getting 1000 regular Z power. I mean, honestly, it's just insane value. And people will say like, yeah, it's a bait banner because we know we're about to get an LF unit, and they're just trying to get whatever CC you have saved up. But at the end of the day, the value is definitely there. So I'm all for summoning on something like this. Especially, it seems like they're bringing this back like almost every month at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I actually do have an opinion on it after looking over the banner. I definitely will summon on this 100%. But one thing I do want to point out, especially for free to play, if you do summon on this banner and, keep in mind, and if you want to summon for, new future units that come out and, in future banners and stuff, you have to have at least the one copy, obviously. So that can be a dilemma. I don't know how much CC you guys have saved up, but keep in mind, if you do get all the Z power from this banner, you still kind of got to summon on the next banner or, that help out your team and whatnot. So you still need at least one copy. Good luck with that. But yeah, I think this banner overall is nice.
That is a valid point. Like it's not just like it's not like just a Z power where you can get a brand new unit. Like you still have to have a copy. That is a very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, Ren in chat just said it takes 12,500 CC on a step up with pity system to get 200 multi Z power for Legends Limited. So if you're willing to invest that much because it's a unit that you really want that helps your team out a lot, you could get that and then also get your Goten up, for example, Azdeek.
I'm gonna do that, depending on the banner.
Yeah, exactly. Because we don't know. It could be another LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku for all we know.
Oh no!
Right.
No, we love that unit here at 5-9 Gaming, especially ZVG.
The only unit that's better is Pycon, the red one, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
not Pycon, not him. Zenkai, that man.
Who would he buff though?
Oh my
Powerful
goodness.
opponent?
Himself.
Yeah, it's like
He just
all,
Does himself.
other
Otherworld Warrior
Pycons.
did.
yeah, just Pycon units.
Otherworld Warrior.
It's just Pycons. They don't even have a color restriction, and it's 100% because they all need it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I guess I think most people will say, okay, this banner is worth it because it gives you a guaranteed copy of an LF that you already have for 3K. You could potentially pull another LF or so if you're lucky. I think some people said they pulled Namek Goku. I don't think that the LFs on there are like the super hype ones, because we have like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, we have Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, we have Super Vegito, Father San Kamehameha Gohan, we got the Goten, we got Beerus, and Namek Goku, and that's pretty much that. So LF wise, not very hype. Z power, very pog. And I think that's pretty much all we can say for this banner, right?
I think, one last
Yeah,
thing I
pretty
want to
much.
toss in there is that the reason why I think it has a lot of value as well is especially for players who do not have those LFs at a Zenkai level yet. They don't have them at a 7-star. You have the chance to actually get a copy of them just straight up from the summons, as well as getting them up to that 7-star, right? Like if you want arguably the best unit in the game, which is Gohan, I think this is, and you already have them, but just not at high enough stars, then this is 100% the banner for you.
I thought you were talking about Goten.
I like Goten. Like Goten is my favorite, but I just can't.
Oh, is he really?
Go on. Yeah, Goten is my favorite.
Free to play Goten lover.
Yes.
Just don't expect to pull something good.
Yeah.
Do it for the Z power.
Like I got 4 Sparkings on the banner. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, then the transforming God Vegeta from Super Saiyan. Blue Han, the one that just Zenkai'd with Goten. And the other unit was so memorable that I forgot what it was. But it was all, for me, it was all Z medals. But also not much to write home about. So yeah, you know, and some people pull Namek Goku, some people pull Beerus. I'm just glad I didn't pull Beerus.
Yeah, please do not give me another Beerus. Oh my goodness.
This guy haunts me.
I regret it so much. Because I had him 6 stars and I put a LFZ power in him to get him 7. And at the time it made sense because I main God Key. So I'm like, okay, I get a Zenkai buffer for Vados. And then like 3-4 days later, I pulled a copy. And since then, I've pulled like so many copies of Beerus. So I'll never forgive myself for that.
How can you live with yourself?
Oh no, I'm here. Stop.
Oh, by the way, do you guys think this banner is going to be monthly now? Because we've basically gotten in the past 3 months, we've gotten this banner 3 times. Do you think they're going to continue this pattern?
Yeah, I hope so at least.
Yeah, I hope so definitely.
For me. Man, I want that Legends Limited Z power.
Yeah, 100%.
This is again a big celebration, though. It's not like a random thing they threw it in, right?
Oh yeah, 50
You
million
gotta keep
users.
that in mind. It's again on a celebration, and last time it was also on a celebration, so who knows?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I wouldn't say for sure.
That's true.
I think even if it was like bi-monthly, where it was like every other month, I would still be extremely happy with that.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that, to be honest.
I mean, that would be a must summon for me, because then you can get all your LF units that you don't have, you know, just higher up. I mean, I guess there's like only a few people like Goresh who wouldn't need to do that. But even he said he was cutting back now, so even for him now it's worth it again, because he's not 14 starring stuff on release.
Good. I can imagine how much the man spends. Jeez.
Yeah, but then also the pressure to make those videos and, you know, make it back.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot.
Yeah, especially if you also have a day job and other stuff to do. So I can only imagine how crazy it must be.
Yeah, Goresh is on that grind.
Yeah. I mean, also now that he had to pre-record stuff because he's on vacation for a week.
Yep.
And I think, honestly, I think a lot of people should do that because long time ago, I used to record every single day, and I have to edit my videos every single day as well for like the past 3 or 4 years. And yikes, the free time, it was non-existent. I literally did nothing else. So I actually recommend a lot of people to pre-record unless they're like expecting like a new unit to come out and then just hold off for that day and just try to get that, showcase out for that unit or whatnot. But honestly, I recommend everyone to pre-record. Like it at least allows you to have free time, and especially if you have a day job or something else to do, then it'll free up something for the next day. So
yeah, also you have that pressure. I need to finish that video for today. If you don't, right? You need to finish it because you want to have your schedule and you want to, have that daily video up. And then if editing it doesn't work, takes longer, whatever, you're like,
yeah.
Then you look like Riku's avatar.
I'm just raging.
Yeah, you spitting.
Jesus. Oh God.
Yeah. So one unit that we already touched on last week that we could get to higher stars now is the free-to-play Broly. And who better to talk about a free-to-play Broly than our pay-to-win legend Azdeek? Have you gotten him to higher stars, and have you tried him out?
Yes. So I actually just got this man to 7 stars today. And as of right now, I can confidently say that he is doo-doo. Like, even alongside Bardock, man. I swear, he just doesn't, like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like, I don't, what do you guys think? Like, do any of you guys have him, like, at higher stars than 7? Like, it's just,
10.
I feel like 10 stars?
Well, you only have him at 6, but I think he's okay, but nothing I would run over. He's not replacing anybody, honestly.
See, I think that's I feel like he would have been better. I think me and Brad were talking about this. I feel like it would have been better if he was yellow, because the current yellow Broly's that we have right now, they're probably like definitely not loved, right? But
yeah,
other than that, it's just like I want him at 14 stars, and so I think that's why I feel like this is one of the most like grindiest units that we've gotten in a long time. Like, I almost want to go as far as to say that this grind for me has been worse than the Kid Goku grind, because I want to get it done through this raid, because PvP only gives you max amount of 10, right? 10 Z power. And then, raid can give you up to what, like 30?
30.
Is it 30 or So
Yeah,
and it's just
per
like,
match.
oh my god, dude!
I
It's
wouldn't
so
mind the
rough.
grind if he was worth it.
Yeah, I think because with Kid Goku, right? Like he was like on another level. Like he was Z tier, so it's like 100% he was worth it. For this guy, it's like I feel like you're not getting worth out of your grind as much as Kid Goku.
One thing I do like about this guy is like I agree with you. I don't think in battle he's nothing too special. Like you said, even with Bardock, there's just better options. But I do really like his Z ability. So he offers a double buff to Super Saiyan, and then plus 15% to characters that are both powerful opponent and Saiyan. So like, you know, let's say you're running a Super Saiyan team with the LF Broly and Bardock, then you know you're offering buffs to Super Saiyans, and then also a character like LF Broly that's a powerful opponent is going to pick up that extra strike attack buff. That's really like the main thing I like about this guy is his Z ability.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Ren, who's in the chat right now, he grinded the raid so much, he 14 starred him. He played him in PvP, and he was very underwhelmed too at 14.
That's crazy. How many raids did it take you if you're still in here, Ren?
Whatever your response is, I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think also
I think RMT.
Yeah, he also cleared.
Another one who has him at 14. He played the raid for like 15 hours. He said.
15 hours? Oh my.
Yeah, they always
played
clear out the
non-stop.
shop, or at least the first page of the shop, like first day. It's crazy.
He
Jesus.
literally 14 started.
Yep. And I am at like I am at like 10, and I'm like, okay, I played a lot, and I couldn't bring myself to play more. I only played so much.
Maybe 30.
Yeah, I could only play so much because I was doing it on stream as well with people, you know. So, yo, Luck, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Twitch Prime is not a crime. Yeah, any primers, gifters, subbers. Nah, just kidding.
Oh my goodness, what is going on?
So what are your guys' opinion on the actual grind? Like if you compare this to like the Ultra Goku or Ultra Vegeta, where, you know, you're getting 1,000 Z power, but you have to wait until the end of the season, you know, something like this, it kind of rewards people that do a lot of grinding. You know, if you're playing a lot of PvP every day, you're going to get, Z power as you're playing your matches. What are your guys' thoughts on like the actual grinding process of this guy?
Really rough.
To be honest, it depends on the person. If someone wants some ASAP, they actually can do it, but they gotta invest so much time. But if you can also just chill and do your Extreme co-op like every day, you get 150. The season will end soon in like 9 days, but the next season of co-op will have him still there, and that's another 3k Z power for him. So if you're chilling, you don't need to be like playing the raid all day to get him to 14. You just have to do your co-ops, to be honest.
Yeah, that's 150 a day. I agree with that. I think I prefer this way, because it actually encourages you to play the game. You can do it at your own pace, right? You can do it at your own pace. If you don't want to grind the raid more than like the amount of time it takes you to get the chrono crystals, don't grind the raid more. You can play some PvP. You can do the co-op stages. I mean, I'm doing the 3 co-ops again. I stopped for a while because co-op was an absolute chore, but this co-op is actually a bit easier. So with the Goten, you can actually kill the boss before the shield comes back up, and I think that's fine.
You don't even need Zenkai Goten as well. Like if at least one person has a Zenkai one and, you know, a non-Zenkai Goten, you can easily get through it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's
I've
also
been using that the blue Gohan does pretty well.
Yeah, he works as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference I think is the Dragon Ball chance, but that might just be the raid. But if you have a 2-star Goten from the free Z power, you can use him, and he is still the best unit that you have.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I do like his equip options though. I'm not gonna lie. I think he has some decent equips. I think the 2 of the most notable ones that I've seen is that Awakened Broly one. You know, the with the Fury Broly on it. I had the same one on Bojack. It's like you get that base health, you get the health restoration on it, blast defense and strike defense. And then
that one that just came out too.
The Turles one?
Yeah. Or the plaid equip, those two are definitely like some of my favorites, because that Turles or the Turles one, it gives you more health restoration as well, right?
Let's have a look. It gives you it does. First slot up to 10%.
Yep. And then he heals on his main ability, so you can actually get a lot of healing from this guy.
That's true. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's a Saiyan, so he gets access to a ton of equips, like Battle of Saiyans as well, for example, which is always like a staple for Saiyan units. You know, he gets up to 10% HP.
Oh, yeah.
Which also increases your health restoration, you know, because 25% off 2 million is obviously less than 25% off 2.2 million. Right, so he'll also restore more HP, making him even tankier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Battle of Saiyans is honestly one of the better equipments for Saiyans, just because it really does make your unit so tanky. You're getting that pure defense plus HP. Anybody that runs Saiyans or even like Super Saiyans that are technically Saiyans, I definitely recommend grinding this type of equipment.
And what do you reckon? Would you rather go for blast or strike defense here on in the middle slot? The pure one.
So I have 2 Zs of this, and they're both blast defense, which it kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's such a good equipment, I can't really complain. Honestly, either way, it's gonna benefit you because like right now is the hybrid meta, so you're gonna be seeing Revival Gohan, which is melee, but you'll also see FSK Gohan, which is blast.
Yeah.
So I think either way it'll benefit you.
Don't forget that there's the stipulation that it says to blast defense for 15 timer counts when faced with Saiyan.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That's right.
So this slot could potentially, like against the hybrids team, this slot is useless, right?
Yeah, you're right.
But also don't forget,
I think
you have that
cool,
strike defense on the first slot up to 18%, so you're good.
Yeah, for sure. And what's cool about this equipment is I believe it stacks like every time you see a Saiyan. So if you're facing a full Saiyan team and they just keep swapping out, you're getting that pure defense and it stacks every single time.
Or 15 counts, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty nice. But other than that, it seems that this Broly is just nothing really to like write home about. I don't know, Riku, have you played him?
He's more like a trophy.
No, yeah, I've used Broly. I didn't really care for him much. He was just okay. Like I said, he wasn't worth it at all, honestly. Like if they replaced him with some other unit to grind, you know, via both co-ops and PvP, I would be, you know, content with that. But grinding for this Broly, no. I'm just gonna get him up to 6 stars and leave it at that. You know, I don't mind the grind for co-op at all. You know, I like the method of getting the unit through, you know, both co-ops and PvP, getting some Z power that way, but just not for this Broly. You know?
Yeah,
not for him.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Oh god.
Yeah, and have you guys used him without Bardock? Like it's just...
I would never ever in life do that.
Yeah.
I'm sad that he's
the
purple.
only way I would use him is with Bardock.
It's pretty rough. It's pretty bad.
It is. I can imagine.
Yeah. I think that's what the guy in chat, Ren, used. He used like a movies team or something like that. And yeah, it did not
I
look
thought
too good.
about it and I was like, but Bardock though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I love the movies team now, like with Goku because all these hybrids running around. And I feel like Goku is really good for that, but like it's how do I fit Broly on that team?
Yeah.
You don't.
It's rough.
Yep.
I was struggling with that too.
Yeah, and he also just said, yes, I used him without Bardock, so I know how doo-doo he is.
That's what I'm saying. You feel me,
There's
Ren.
the Carfax.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but speaking of the raid, Noctis, I'm sure you've grinded that one quite extensively, as you always do, huh? What do you think about the raid and the fact that we can get the Z power from there and from PvP and so on?
The raid overall was like 10 times better than the last one against Frieza, which was way too restrictive. But in this one, you just get the free-to-play Goten. Even if you don't have him, you just get him from the missions and boom, you have your raid character. There you go. And if you get a double Rising Rush with another Goten, Broly is pretty much dead if you don't have... Like, if you have a good bench, he dies.
If you don't get guessed because people don't pick the blue card when they...
Or that. But you most of the time don't even need a perfect Rising Rush from my experience. But I can't talk. I have him at like 7 and Zenkai 2, so I don't know how it is with a 2-star Goten, but you deal so much damage to this Broly. And he dies in like, what, 10 counts if you have your double Rise going?
Yep.
But yeah, I'm just missing Hoi Poi. But yeah, you cannot have everything, right? So this raid was pretty decent. I like it. I got Broly to only 10 stars, so I didn't grind it that extensively.
Only.
Yeah. I usually grind more,
that.
but this time, hell no. But yeah, this raid was 10 times better. It was just so quick. You can do other stuff in the meantime while grinding the raid.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
true.
I liked it.
Like run a
I like
podcast.
you guys.
That dude.
Yeah,
I'm
you could
playing
play
Raid
the raid
now.
right now.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. It's so easy. You can do it right now.
But you know the one. Okay, go ahead, Azdeek.
Oh, sorry. But I was just gonna say it's crazy though. I love the fact that you pointed out, Noctis, that this Goten is free to play, and I'm literally running into people using the free to play Gokus right now. Like
What?
That's weird.
from the anniversary. Yes, please
Maybe
stop.
they got them mixed up. You know,
I have no clue.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I said, oh, he has the same here or something. So might as well.
Same
I don't
same
know.
family.
Oh my god. Yep.
Nearly look the same.
Yeah.
Grown up, man.
But honestly, the one thing that I think the previous raid, well, there were like two things that are better on the previous raid. First thing is hoi poi, which is now missing. Obviously, a bit unfortunate because I mean now we have a celebration. I think Frieza was kind of in between celebrations, and still they had hoi poi, probably to kind of soften the blow or making people still play the raid despite the restrictions. And then the other thing is that they also lowered the stuff that we can get from the shop. So for example, we get 30 erasers instead of 50, and we get 5 multi-Z powers for extremes instead of 10, and 10 instead of 20 for sparkings. So like those are the couple of things that they kind of nerfed again a little bit.
I see.
So if you're grinding heavily,
Yeah, they always take away something.
Yeah.
And this time we got Z power and they took away something else, like you mentioned. It's always like that, man.
A give and a take.
It's so weird, yeah.
Yep.
Were the plat coins even a drop on this raid? Because I feel like I
Yes.
grinded the raid
Yeah.
actually a good
Yes.
amount, and I don't think I got a single plat coin.
I got a couple.
They're
Actually,
so damn
same, I
rare.
think.
Say what?
I got one.
Wow. Did you get any, Riku?
Yeah, what, Riku?
No.
No.
I didn't get any either.
Eh.
I got
They make
nothing.
them so hard to get.
Yeah. I mean, like plat coins for me, they translate into either erasers or energy.
Yeah, energy for me, definitely.
I just wanted my erasers, man. When I finished grinding out my regen equipment,
Fair
True.
enough. Fair
I feel
enough.
you, man.
Especially this. Are you grinding the Ha equipment, the one with the pure blast attack on the last slot? That is cancer.
Is it the one first from Cell?
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yep.
you're
The
talking-
cell
Oh
one,
my
the
God.
Am I
Kamehameha
grinding
cell
the
one, right?
Yeah, for region.
Even I know about how bad that one is.
Because I think that's for region and range types.
Let me
Jeez.
see.
Because I have that.
Use that on LF.
Oh,
Piccolo.
yeah. I have 3 of those, Z.
Damn, I have
What?
one, and it took like
Yeah.
Damn.
300 erasers for that.
Damn, dude.
But I mean,
Oh, I
That
didn't even know
equipment
you.
so
I didn't
much.
even know you grinded equips like that.
No, I just recently started, honestly, when Revival Gohan came out during the in bits of anniversary. That's when I really started to grind equipment. Now I just have mostly Z's on my region. So,
Dang,
Yeah.
nice man.
Dang, the quick flex.
it took
Feels
me
different,
so
man.
long to get that too for my main team. What build do you play, by the way? Since you said you don't use green Majin Buu, right? So what is your
mine
team?
is more blast oriented, unfortunately. So I have, both DKPs, the Zenkai one is, Zenkai buffing the Piccolo, the yellow one. And I have 21 on there for HP, so we won't be as squishy, I guess. And then Kid Buu is pretty much like my favorite on this team. Kid Buu can be so annoying. I love Kid Buu so much.
Yeah.
So basically all 3 Piccolos, including both the Zenkais, the purple DKP, which I really love as well, Revival Cell, and Android 21. So I find it funny since I don't run the Zenkai Android 21, the blue one.
Yeah.
I think she's really good, death buffs and all. And I don't have the green Zenkai Majin Buu, which eventually I will get, but
I run him and then Zamasu and then also the Piccolos and Kid Buu. Or instead of Zamasu, I use 21 as well. That's like my team.
Yeah, I think I try to run HP on almost all of my teams,
Yeah, it's
that's
so
smart.
valuable.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, the raid was nice. And somebody in chat also said that maybe they nerfed the rewards a little bit because everybody gets the free-to-play Goten pretty much. So the raid is much easier. I don't know. It could be. But then again,
also true.
we don't know what they were thinking, but people always kind of seem to assume the worst.
Yeah.
Which,
Can't say I blame them, but at least have, I guess, just keep an open mind, I guess. Just try to keep an open mind, honestly, because it's a lot of stuff that they try and do, and whether it work out or not, it's still like a new idea. But I'm sure they'll know from our feedback anyway if it's bad or good, and
Yeah.
they'll take that in consideration. Hopefully.
I mean, not everything can be a hoi poi coin success. You know, everybody loved hoi poi
Right.
coins, but
Do I love hoi poi coins? I'm gonna change my name to that. Oh my goodness.
Hoi poi coins.
Yes,
the
I
hoi
love
poi,
hoi poi coins.
the hoi poi night.
Yeah, the hoi poi. Now that was actually the duration of when I grind all my equipment. When I had all the hoi poi coins, I got all the erasers, and I just went to town on my equipment.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was a real nice.
Dude, those hoi poi summons, I saved them up, and then you just like have a 500 and summon on stream. It's so much fun.
I get so many erasers from that.
Yep, I loved it.
Happiest man in the world.
That's what I really loved Hoi Poi for, was their racers. It was
Yes.
so nice.
Yeah, that's true. But you know,
you would,
go ahead.
oh, I was just saying, you would pop like 100 Hoi Poi, and then before you know it, you have like 3 plat coins, 10 eraser. It was just so nice.
Yeah. Hoi
Because
pois were
you
good.
use the plat for the erasers anyway, so.
See? And
Yep.
one plat gives you 3 more, so easy.
Yeah, just literally swimming in erasers. Not that I even use them because I just farm up to S ranks.
No,
I know a
'cause
lot of you guys are
S-
too happy about that, but
That's why you're called Azdeek, right?
yes.
I mean, depending on the equipment, man, like the way I look at equips is it's a permanent upgrade to your account. Like it'll, unless you delete it for some reason, I mean, it's always going to be there. If you get a really good roll on an equipment, I mean, it'll last you the entire, your lifetime of playing Legends. So I think it's grinding equipment. It's always worth it.
Honestly,
Oh,
I
man.
agree with that. The only thing that I wish they would really at one point implement is what I think like Nas brought up like a long time ago, is like a plat eraser or something that guarantees you a better roll than you have before.
Yeah,
'Cause
like a
I'm-
special eraser.
Yeah, because for example, I farm Gua, right? The worst equipment in the game for Extreme Frieza Force, which gives like 7% strike damage and 7% blast damage per Frieza Force. And it goes 5.7, 6.35, 7%. And if I have a 6.35 and I saved up one of those plat erasers, I want to use that just to get that red slot. And not
Is that the equipment with the third form freeze
yeah,
icon?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's like literally the hardest equipment to
yes.
grind.
I
in
didn't
the game,
even
probably.
try.
I have five.
I gave
I have
up.
5 Z's of that because I play the Apul Force in PvP a lot, and that's really fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say that equipment is so hard, dude. Like, even the equipment hates Lineage of Evil. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's true. Actually true.
That's rough.
The whole world is against
Oh
LOA.
my god.
Yep, unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Goresh is their only savior at this point.
Goresh and Dandre.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Don't-
Dandre also.
Don't forget about Dandre.
I do
Can't
like
forget
that
about him.
LF Frieza. LF full power Frieza. I do like him.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
fun. He's so much fun
He's
to use.
extremely good.
Yeah, dude, honestly, speaking about that Frieza, we were going over the tier list yesterday, and we were talking about how on the Game Press tier list, he was like an S tier, like on release, because he was actually pretty good. And now he's already dropped to tier 1 just because he just does not have like that team support, right? His best team is definitely going to be LOE. And even then, it's just like, imagine if we had a really stacked LOE team right now. It's just,
Bro,
I would be seeing a lot more of that team, honestly.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
team needs a complete
swear.
revamp.
LOE is like literally like so like let's say LOE gets a Zenkai purple LF Frieza, and then they get like a revival unit. They'll all of a sudden jump up to top tier. Like they're like one revival unit away, I feel like.
Or they just
Oh, yeah.
Zenkai that full power Frieza as well,
Yeah,
Yep, that
that
too.
too.
because he has endurance. But then it would have to be something like endurance cannot be cancelled or something. But then it's
Yeah,
like a
But then
revival.
would you want to run double yellows?
Sure, maybe not.
Or they could just give us, Ultra Mecha Frieza. I'm just saying,
Okay, all right.
Yeah, all
I'm
right.
down with that.
Out of all the
Imagine like a-
Friezas, we don't have an Angel Golden Frieza. We don't have a Mecha Frieza. This is our second full power Frieza, which was kind of obvious in my eyes. And we don't have another second form other than EX. So it's like in third form, I
The
guess.
only reason I'd be nervous for a Mecha Frieza is it would like let's say it was like a celebration and they drop Mecha Frieza, then the celebration would end with them dropping like a future Trunks or something, and it would just be another
Yeah.
hybrids buff.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'd be scared about.
But other than that, I'd be all for Mecha Frieza, honestly.
Yeah. Also King Cold,
Like him and King Cold, yeah, Jinx.
double jinx, triple jinx.
What
What?
about a revival cooler?
Revival
and turning into
cooler.
Meta Cooler.
Oh,
That would actually be
Oh,
pretty
that would be
cool.
amazing.
We could
Yeah.
get
That
a
would
metal
be
cooler that just has like
beautiful.
5 revives because he comes back and back and back and back and back.
Okay, that
Okay, that's weird.
That's me.
Too far, dude.
And
like,
that
let's
would
make a
benefit
revival
LOE
endurance
and
again?
movies.
Sorry, what'd you say, Rico?
The whole army, man.
No, I said imagine if like freaking like you said, the cooler had revival, and then after like revival he has endurance, and then he has like another revival. It's like, can you stop?
Riku's truly making the next anniversary unit right here, right before you guys' eyes chat.
No, I think it's
It's
Christmas.
over. I'm breaking the game right now.
Yeah, easy. Even more. Even more. But speaking of breaking the game, Tuesday is video and stuff. It's about 13 minutes long, I think. So it's not going to be this crazy 40-minute madness we had before the anniversary. But not just talking about a new LF, but what are you expecting for that to happen, Swift? Or what do you want?
I think they're mainly so we already know they're like introducing a new person, which isn't really that special, but we know that's coming.
That person's
they're
crying right
definitely
now.
they're definitely going to be, talking about the new LF unit. I feel like a lot of this, I feel like they're probably going to be talking about the pass coming up. I know that they've been kind of hinting the new Legends Pass that you can purchase. So I feel like they're going to be touching a little bit on that. As for the LF, I honestly at this point, I don't know what to expect, but I feel like I'm like 99% sure they will be dropping or at least talking about a new LF. But yeah, I agree. It's probably going to be it's probably going to be a shorter video and stuff. They don't really have too much to cover. It's probably just going to be, talking about the pass, introducing the new person, and then probably, giving us the sneak peek of the next LF unit.
Yep.
Yeah.
But what do you guys like? What do you guys expect? Like I said, I don't know what to expect at this point. Like they've been going back and forth on what they've been dropping. Like they start with GT, then they jump to movies, then it's just like almost random at this point. So I really don't know what to expect from them.
I'll keep real with you, Chief. I don't want to see GT for the rest of the year as well as hybrids. So I will say this because I'm tired of seeing those two teams. I want the LF to be either Regen or Android, and I'll probably talk more about that.
Android
Yeah,
makes sense.
Sell,
Android
sell,
makes sense.
sell,
Yes.
sell.
Yeah, I want it to be LF Cell, to be honest.
Purple cell, please.
Yes, like I would love for it to be more so Regen than Android, because 18, I used to like her, and it's like she's kind of depressing now when I use her. The more I use her, she gets more and more depressing how just broken she is. So it's like, I don't care for Androids anymore. Thanks, 18.
Yeah.
So, I'm more happy on the Regen side if they do get something new. And like you said, it's not a long video and stuff, so I don't expect much information. Did they give like any release date of when they would actually apply the PvP buffs to certain units or tags?
I don't think so.
they gave.
I think they said
They just said
so
end of the year
maybe
for that stuff.
Okay, I don't know if they're glossed over that a bit, this video and stuff. Like, give us an exact date during this video and stuff. But yeah, I don't expect too much info, to be honest. But I would love for it to be Regen or Android oriented for the LF.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm on board with that. And then also, I finally want to know what those Prime tickets are, because that's
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
was going to say that. I was waiting, dude.
because that's
like talking about the pass, they could finally mention those weird tickets that come with that pass. We still don't know what those are.
Yep. Because I think for me, that will be decide whether or not the pass is worth it for me. Because honestly, if I'm looking at my equips right now, because you can get those 400 equip slots, and if I'm looking at my box right now, I am at 431 out of 487. So I have 50 free slots. I think I'm good. Then the adventure slots, I don't care. Like the YouTuber guild doesn't care about winning or losing, so I'm not getting those. And what else can you get from it? The second choice for the login bonus is so. Like that depends on the price whether that's worth it, but I think it's not, because
Yeah.
I usually choose energy and or skip tickets then, and nah, I just wouldn't. And then there was auto mode twice as fast. Hell yeah.
That's just silly. I mean, like, to have that in the past, I think that's just overall silly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. They were just in a silly, goofy
Oh,
mood
dumb.
when they decided on that.
Let's put something in there that makes the other options look better.
Dude, that's Honestly,
Auto battle.
that's the free to play shaft right there.
Yeah, you can grind rising the UST rush
Sure.
as fast.
I know, dude. You guys are just gonna flex. Now we can really never do a race on that because I
Yo, can I get an auto
lose.
battle in PvP rating match? I would love that, so I can just lose every match. Just run my hybrids.
Nah, you just.
and then just
What do you mean? You put auto on, and then the bot PVs for you every time.
Oh, that's true.
You just get.
You know the worst thing? I know this is slightly off topic, but when a disconnection happens in rating match and you're stuck with a revival unit and an endurance unit, yes, I'm talking about revival Gohan and the future LF Gohan, the yellow one.
Yeah.
And then you're stuck with the FSK Gohan as well, and like you have to fight that when it's
Yeah, and they're
I'm sure it's
tanky.
AI, but it's still time consuming. It's like, oh my god,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's
the
rough.
problem is also, normally if you get a bot match, they have like a 1000% ability bonus, but these units are tanky because they're an actual team.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get
Yep.
that. And the worst part is when you use a blast long range and then the bot just reads the input perfectly and rushes you, and you have nothing. There's nothing you can do. And then I had that. Like I actually lost to the bot because the bot then didn't let me guess the rising rush. I was like, okay.
Yep. I am not ashamed. I have lost to the bot before. Yep. I said it here.
Breaking
Yeah.
news.
The-
Breaking news exposed. He lose to AI.
yeah.
Caught in
Honestly,
4K.
that is like the most heartbreaking thing. There's been times where I'm just getting clapped by someone and then they just happen to DC. I'm not sure why, but I'll just be getting clapped and so the
Right.
bot just finishes me off. That,
Yo, right? Like they be in the middle of a combo and it just DCs and they just continue to combo and rise and rush you. I'm like,
Yep.
The
Yeah.
ultimate BM, man.
it is. It really is.
So Noctis, what are you
The
expecting?
Legends teabag.
What are you expecting or
know, to
hoping
be
for on video and stuff?
To be honest, this will not be for you guys, but I don't want to see an LF cell.
You,
That's
you want God Key?
I don't want to see a hybrid either. I don't want to see a hybrid either.
An
I
LF
wanna
female?
see
Agree on that.
something-
LF Free Brienne?
No. No, just no. I don't want to see Android 18 with her, okay? No. I don't know, man.
So who do you want?
Like maybe a Super Gogeta, because fusions is still not really used, and I mean you can use them in movies though with revival going. That's awkward as well. I don't know, man.
Very,
Every option is kind of awkward,
No, you are.
but yeah, I could see the cell. I can skip him, so it's a W for me as well. It's a win-win, right?
Oh yeah.
Like you guys win, I win. I love cell.
yeah, I super win, you know? I love Cell.
You know,
If they do drop an
unless
LF
I go into
cell,
PvP.
I feel like I would want to see him buffing like androids in future more than regen. Like, sorry, I know you guys are rocking regen. I don't mean to hate on regen, but
Guess I'll cry.
Yeah, right.
I would love to see LF cell. I just want him to be buffing like androids in future more so than regen.
The only reason I didn't like say I wanted like him to be more towards androids is because I mean I think the team is stacked. I mean I'm glad I don't see it as much, probably you know in higher battle ranking and whatnot, but I think that I mean the team deserves to suffer. All right, they have 18, and well that's all. That's really all, honestly.
But that's enough.
Like she's really that good of a unit. I
Yeah.
don't know what they thought when they just like buffed her.
I mean,
but-
they still have
And
16.
still the
Also a good unit. Not as crazy.
Android mains
no,
are still like crying right now.
Who's crying?
Yeah.
Android mains.
I'm-
They
yeah,
want
me.
both.
Okay, hear me out. I used to be an Android main long before she came out. Like, okay, before she was broken, that is. Like, y'all remember the times
Yeah.
of Yellow Perfect Cell?
Slug.
And when the Android 17, the purple one, got the second buff before Zenkai? When he was able to combo off his quirk skill. And who else was on the team? Who was the blue unit
Slug?
before Android 21?
Probably Slug, right?
Slug was on
Slug.
Region, I
Oh
think.
wait, you
it
said
might have
Android. I'm
been
sorry. Was it
Android
Yeah,
we
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
have
but
a
like
blue,
13?
but
Was the only first blue unit they got?
Yeah. 13 came after the blue Android 18. Yeah, you know, that Android 13, the movie one. And like, you know, those are the good days of Androids when they weren't broken, but, you know, still usable. And now it's like, oh, let Zenkai 18 and, you know, make a mistake on their card draw speed. But anywho, as you guys are saying.
honestly, when it comes to Androids though, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they they have a lot of strong units, but I still feel like they've fallen off a little bit. Like I have a pretty stacked Android team. Like I have all the Zenkai androids, but they pretty much only get playtime in TOP now for me, at least. We definitely need that purple unit. I do think, I don't know. It feels rough, especially because our blue unit, which is the Android 21, right? As of right now, she's kind of not looking too hot right now. And, it just feels, I would even go as far as to say, like, as much as I do think Android 18 is sick, in terms of like, she's so good, but I feel like 17, like TOP 17 is getting a lot more value. When I talk to Androids mains, or even when I talk to ZVG about Androids, he agrees that 17 has more utility. The TOP 17 will probably win you more games than the actual Android 18.
Yeah, he definitely does, especially at higher stars. I've noticed, like, if you have, like, for whatever reason, if you have like a 12, 13, 14 star TOP 17, I feel like he's definitely going to outperform 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You
also
got the option of a Zenkai buff as well.
yeah, and you got that strike cover
Yep.
plus the lock and blue card.
He lock in so much, dude. Like the quirk, the super art. It's like, oh my goodness, can you stop?
Yeah, he's annoying.
I think it's a really good. Yeah, he's annoying, honestly, and I think he's really good too. I think androids in general just have like annoying abilities. Like aside from 18, you still have Super 17 with the full team paralysis. Of course, certain units can bypass that, but like androids have always been annoying, dude. Like Android 16 blowing up. And like they've always been annoying. The old Perfect Cell cover rescue, they've had all like annoying abilities and stuff to deal with. It's crazy. But yeah, I have been seeing a lot less androids, which I'm happy. I don't want to deal with 17 and 18 together.
Yeah,
and
probably because of the hybrid meta right now.
Yeah. It's like
I think all the hype
people
is
are scared
definitely
to bring 18.
it's kind of like you bring in the bullfrogs, and then you get a plague, and then you bring in a snake in order to kill the frogs, and then you get a snake plague, which is hybrids, and now you have to bring in a gorilla to kill the snake, and it's just gonna keep going like this.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know. I wonder what that next animal is going to be in that analogy, because it's about to get crazy. I mean, you have Gokua, who's probably like the biggest gorilla right now on the field, but
I love Goku. Yes.
That's why I love the raid, because all the extreme multi-Z power is going straight into him.
Oh, yeah,
100%.
Dude. That is such...
Bro.
Like, oh my god. What is your Goku at right now, Palm?
I think 8 stars, like red one. Let me have a look.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so juicy.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm so sad. My gift box is full of extreme Z power, and I don't have Goku. Like, I just don't know who to give it to.
He is, red one. He is 400 away from red 2.
Nice.
Yeah, I just got into 6 stars and I started crying when I got that Z ability level 3.
Yes,
I was
sir.
like, yes.
My Goku is at 6 stars too. It feels good.
The same.
I'm sorry, Swift.
So
I know this feels like an attack on you, but it's not. I
Oh,
promise.
no, you're good. You're good.
Okay. You'll get Goku eventually. I promise you.
You will, just believe.
Eventually.
But I'll give you some of my Dark Knight luck. You got this.
Dude, that is exactly what I need, honestly.
Maybe Wednesday, dude. Maybe Wednesday.
Yeah, they might actually put them again on the banner again, seeing as they put them on the
I know, right?
what was it, the All-Star banner?
Yeah.
Yep.
While the other banner was still running, which is interesting.
Yeah,
But
it is.
I guess they had to
weird.
increase the value somehow, make people summon. And they were.
Maybe you pull them in the daily tomorrow, Swift.
And what's
Who knows,
crazy
man? You
is
have
I
dark
literally
magic now.
pulled, I think I pulled Beto like at least 4 or 5 times, and I pulled Zangia at least like 10 times, dude. Like, it's crazy. I haven't pulled Goku yet.
Damn. Yeah, that's sometimes
It is what it is. That's Legends.
Sometimes it'd be like that. Very stacked
Yeah.
against you.
Yep.
Yeah, someone says in chat. I think also people were speculating on like a Broly unit because we got that free Broly or the uppercut Goku. And somebody just wrote in chat, give us a new uppercut Goku, because the blue one is, well, how do you put it?
Useless on release, basically. Back in the day.
Yeah. His windscreen has not aged though. That windscreen is still pretty nice.
Is that where he's giving you the
That
victory?
unit is so old.
Yeah, when he's like giving up the
Yeah.
peace sign, he looks sick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much all there is about him.
You never see it though.
Yeah, let alone
He
his
did the deuces
windscreen.
to himself. He was
Yep.
like, peace, never again. Well,
Yeah, never see this again, bro.
Yep.
Oh my god.
You can do it twice, and then he gets power crept. Actually, he got power crept before he released, I guess.
If they somehow Zenkai, I hope they switch it from Broly just to movies in general. Like, because I think its ability is geared towards only Broly in general, getting extra damage. I hope they just switch that over to just movies instead of Broly.
I hope so too.
So I can just counter his own team.
He's the next one. Gokua is the one that counters hybrids, and he's the one that counters Gokua. There we go.
Yep. Oh yeah.
That would be perfect.
But he's also blue, so you can actually run both of them on the same team. So if you run into a movies team,
blue, purple.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Was free to play Broly? Oh hell yeah, dude.
I do really love running Goku with Revival Gohan.
Yep.
That's probably my favorite part of movies.
Yeah.
I love running them together.
Yep, and then either the Bojack or Gogeta Blue. That's at least what I usually run.
Mm-hmm.
That's very fun. Gogeta Blue with the green card and with the strike cover.
Yep.
Still waiting for Gogeta Blue Platinum equipment.
Yeah, that's true.
That too.
Dude, for real.
But man, that Bojack transformation, I had some guy, I was playing Regen with LF Piccolo, and that guy actually in long range used his main ability with Bojack, and my Piccolo was not transformed yet.
Oh, he took the L.
Yeah. So I immediately transformed and was like, all right, you not transforming today.
You yoink that vanish back like, nope. Yeah, that is a grave mistake people do. Either that at long range and not considering you can switch out if you have switches.
Yeah.
It's like, oof.
Sometimes I
You're
do
gonna
that.
keep your jacket on.
It's dangerous.
It is very risky if you do it that way. Not in a combo anyway. Unless you know they have used all their switches, or if you've, fought against a Gohan, taking into consideration he lowers his own sub count and stuff like that. Like, it's so easy to forget things like that when trying to get off Bojack's Awakened.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
And then also,
So
it's
funny.
like the only thing you can also count on is then when they switch, they usually sidestep because they think you shoot right away. So but it's still super risky.
It is.
And then you don't get that extra heal on main ability if you mess it up, but at least you get the heal with the green card then, but it's not as much.
Oh yeah. Definitely not worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only time where I say it's worth it to like not get that transformation off is if you take away the vanish and you're able to rush and kill a character.
That's true.
Yeah,
But
that's a
even
valid
then,
point.
it's a little risky.
Yeah. The thing is though that you get the transformation after 10 count, and hopefully you don't have a rush by then, please.
I hope not, unless you have Vegeta Blue and some other unit that
Super Saiyan
just
3.
punches you to death.
Super Saiyan 3 Kid Goku.
Bro,
Three
can we
Goku.
talk about that for a second? I think the fact that they gave Super Saiyan 3 that ability where he just like gains Dragon Balls, that is so busted. I don't know why they gave him that. Did he have that before Zenkai? I can't even remember.
I didn't even use him before Zenkai.
Yeah, I think most of the community probably didn't.
Raiden is in shambles right now.
I actually fought an unzenkite green Super Saiyan 3 today. I was like, oh my god, he is so
Nani?
squishy.
But yeah, he gets that Dragon Ball, yeah.
Where does he
before
get? Where does he get it from? I don't even remember that.
When your opponent switches and you have him in.
Yeah, it's the second
You
unique.
get a Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's crazy
Ah.
good. It's crazy
Wow, so you've
good.
always had that.
That's why, like, if you ever notice you're fighting a Saiyan team and they just get rushes so quickly, that's why. Like, I noticed that
Saiyan
all
team
the
is my
time.
least team to fight. They're like, including like taking into consideration hybrids is in the meta. I don't like fighting Saiyans at all. I do not.
Saiyans is still a top tier team. Like, don't get me wrong, hybrids, in my opinion, is flat out the best team. But Saiyans is
100%.
probably a top 3 team. They're definitely up there.
What's the other team for you? In the
I
top
would
three?
probably say hybrid Saiyans, and then Saiyans, and then either probably, I mean, movies is arguably up there. If you have a high star Gokua and Revival Gohan, they're up there. I think even that the Super Saiyan team, like the kind of variant Super Saiyan team I've been running, is probably up there.
Regen?
And I know Godkey's in a really good
Godkey's
spot
really
right now.
good.
Yeah, Godkey's in a great spot right now. I don't think that they're top 3, but they're probably top 5, top 6.
Yeah, I give them 5.
Yeah,
I give them
so-
5.
I mean, even Regen's still really good. Obviously, they've always been good. But yeah, I'd say probably top 3 is hybrids, Saiyans, and if you have a stacked movies team, you could definitely argue movies is up there as well.
Fair
Oh
enough.
yeah, definitely.
Alrighty. So that's pretty much it. What we're expecting for the video and stuff on Tuesday. don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break, and then we will be back taking questions from chat. So get your questions ready. We'll do a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back. So make sure to post your questions in the chat, and I'm going to hand it over to Swift, who will now be the MC of questions, and we'll pick out the questions that he likes. So ask good stuff, and we'll answer.
Yo, mic check 1 2. Swift, the MC.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Do you guys? Okay, so Frosty asks, do you guys have any predictions for end of the year celebration theme and/or units?
Yes.
Universe Survivor Saga.
Okay, so we're talking about like Christmas and Black Friday.
Yeah.
Probably Christmas.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
assuming either Black Friday and probably Christmas as well.
Okay, so I'm gonna randomly throw this out. For Black Friday would love to see maybe God, Topo, and Evolution Vegeta. That's just me.
Yes.
Oh,
Christmas.
hell yeah.
That's a toss-up. I would say MUI Goku, but I would rather see him for a 4-year anniversary. And maybe during the 4th year, we'll get some Heroes collabs or Fusions collabs to, freshen things up. Fusions kind of need the help. And
In a year.
maybe, yeah, Christmas, I can't really think of much, honestly. Like, I can think of Black Friday, but when I think of Christmas, I think of like, okay, I'd rather want to see these units for anniversary instead of Christmas. So I don't know. Like last year, I feel like it was a little more predictable. Not Black Friday. I actually want the Transforming Goku Black the Green one to come out on Black Friday. He came out a month before. So I was like, wait, what? And then they released the UI Goku and Jiren for Black Friday. I was just scratching my head.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I was like, yeah, that caught me off guard. So for Christmas, if they want to release MUI Goku, go for it. And I don't know who will come with them, So I'm not sure about that, but I'm more stoked about Black Friday.
Well, you brought up a good point about God of Destruction Topo. I mean, Evolution Vegeta. Those are very hype characters that I think, depending how Legends handles it, they're probably going to get some pretty good profit off those characters. So I think we could realistically see those characters for Black Friday for sure, or even if they want to wait till New Year's or something.
Yeah, because realistically, we need some more units for Tournament of Power and the Vegeta family. Because I think the last unit we got for Vegeta family was it that support Yellow Vegeta, the year number 1?
I think so.
Goku Vegeta? Was that the one? So, and Vegeta family hasn't really gotten any much support overall. So I think it can be a good team. They just, like you said, they have to do it right,
Yeah.
So that's what I want to see, honestly. Christmas, MUI Goku, and maybe someone else, if not for 4 years.
Full power Joran.
Oh,
Jordan.
yeah. Maybe full power Jira, with the shirt off and all that. You guys like seeing that, I guess.
That is true.
Yeah, those two together.
He's so ripped. He is just so cool.
My backstory, shirt rip, No.
Yep.
A356 asks, do you think the PvP change will affect how they design new units, since things like damage and defense are more subject to change? Will they more focus on other type of kit disruption support? So I think he's basically talking about the PvP changes that Legends has been discussing recently. Is that going to affect how they design the new units?
Like the leader slot and stuff like this?
Yeah, probably the leader slot. And then I guess possibly like the boosts that they're talking about. But I think the leader slot is what he's talking about.
Honestly, I am still not sure the leader slot will change all that much, because you don't get the buffs for the Zenkai units. And almost every team has at least 2 Zenkai units that are like kind of core. So the question is, will people really want to un-Zenkai those units, or are they just going to rather play their old teams,
Right.
So I honestly have no idea.
Yeah.
I feel like most people just will use a big bench like Ginyu or Super Vegito. Probably not Super Vegito because of the 14-star restriction, but someone like Ginyu, giving you an HP buff and the strike attack. They won't probably even care taking new units in their old team. Just throw in a good bench for the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I honestly don't have much to say about that. I would rather see more info about that, or just see it in person.
And I will say that is a tough question, because we're just like speculating. Because at the end of the day, at this point in time, we don't even know really what the leader slot is going to look like. Like, I mean, we kind of know the idea of it, but we don't know how it's going to be implemented. So That's fine. Let's see. Philip Montgomery asks, what are some crossover characters that you would want in the game? Like Erel. Yeah, so basically just crossover characters. Would you guys want to see any?
Dude, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this would count. I don't know if this was actually a thing in Heroes or if I was just seeing some fan-made stuff, but I saw like some Heroes animation where Goku Black went Super Saiyan 3 Rose. That would be so sick in Legends.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, obviously, because the game every Dragon Ball game loves Vegito.
Oh yeah, every like people don't even ask me about other fusions. It's either Gogeta or Vegito. It's like, no, I don't like, my favorite fusion is Gotenks. Why are you guys doing this to me?
I was about to say Gotenks crying in the corner.
You're right.
Yeah.
Or Hercule and Goku. That would have been the most OP.
Hercule?
Can I get a T and a Tiancha? Or what
yeah,
was their name
Tiancha.
again?
Yes.
It's some random fusion in like Budokai 2 or something.
Also
Or
need-
like Cell and Krillin.
We need Chow Man who blows himself up.
Chowman,
Yeah.
yes. Give us a Chowman, dude. Just a team wipe.
Do you ever think
Nice.
this isn't even a question that was asked, but it just made me realize, do you ever think that they're gonna drop like the accidental fusion characters where like they do the fusion dance the wrong way?
That would be
Think they'll
dope.
ever drop
Like
those?
Veiku and Skinny Gotenks and all that.
Yeah, just as like trolling characters, but like they could still be viable, but it would just be like really funny.
Yeah.
Like for
I
April
would love to
Fool's
see
Day,
that.
for like April Fools
Yeah.
or something.
Just to have their models in there.
We get dead Yamcha.
Like, that'd be sick.
Where like his
Yeah, they gave us blueberry and raspberry and whatever the rest of the Frieza Force units are. So I would love to. Like, I legit don't know their name.
Yeah.
but
like-
they're so good.
I just call them fruits. Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, they're
Okay.
legitimately so good in PvP. It's not even funny.
Dude, they really are. They really are. It surprised me how good they are. Here's a good question from Frosty. What do you guys think the powerful opponent tag needs to become a top tier team? And I can kind of start this one off because at this point in time, I do think powerful opponent is good. You do need to have all the LF units at decently high stars. If you have a powerful opponent team with a bunch of 2-star LF units, it's probably not going to perform that well.
I think it's
But-
too expensive.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
premium, very premium. I think what
Yeah.
I was going to say is they need to have some Zenkai options for people that don't have, the super high star LF units. Maybe, somebody can put 7K CC and get a really good Zenkai for powerful opponents. So that's what I think they need is just some tanky Zenkai units.
Yeah. They just need other options, other than
LF.
banner LFs and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the only unit I use on a team that's not an LF is obviously the HP buffer, which is the Super Saiyan Broly. Everyone else is just stacked with LFs,
But
know?
also,
It's just way too expensive.
also that Broly
Go
is
for
really
it.
just the bench, right? Like, do you ever use him in battle?
Oh, you talking about the yellow one? Oh, never.
Yeah, they
They
did
need
that
more
guy
yellow
wrong.
options. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sad
Yeah, I
because
never use him.
they could have given him a lot more. Like I think that's a character that actually deserves more.
It's that.
Honestly, they've been releasing a lot of Brolys.
Yeah. Like a ton. There was.
Yellow Broly, we just got a free Broly. It's
Yeah.
like, do we have a Broly of every color? We don't have a
Yeah,
red
we
one,
do. The
we?
free Broly.
Yeah, the Fury.
The Fury one.
Free-
Oh,
to
yeah,
play.
yeah, Fury, the Zenkai
Yep.
one. God, I even forgot about him.
Okay. So yeah, we have. That's even like the second free to play Broly. Or the third one if you consider the green Broly, which is free from the story missions.
Yeah, I would consider him free to play
Yeah.
because you got the whole 3K Z power for
Yeah,
him.
and you can
from those
Zenkai him
missions.
from the shop then, from the rush shop. By the way, there was one question I liked in there was, what are you expecting from the equip update?
Oh, that is a good one. I just saw that. I want to see. So we kind of saw what they did with this recent Awakened Platinum equipment, where it is just like way easier to grind it. I would love to see them do something like that for future Awakened equipment. Like I would understand they don't have to go back and change all of the old ones. If they want to keep the old ones how they are, that's fine. But maybe like from this point on, the awakening system is similar to that Awakened Plat equip. I can't remember the name of it. Frenzy.
blue-
It's something. Something.
Yeah,
But,
Powered Frenzy.
Yeah.
Frenzy,
So if
yeah.
they did that from now on for all the Awakened equipments, I would absolutely love that.
Tom says, give shards and let me reroll first slot. GG easy.
Bro, there should be like a super rare slot remover where you can re-roll the first slot. Like maybe it's like a golden,
100%
like a gold slot remover. And it's like super hard to get, but if you get it, you just save it and, you know, use it whenever you need to.
When you get like a green and then 2 red slots or something.
Yeah, exactly. Or even like for people that are chasing like Z+, I can't tell you how many equipment I have where it's like the first slot's green and then the second and third are like red and gold. And it's like, well, this could be a Z+, but I can't do it.
I could have had many more Z's if that first slot wasn't green. I just want to cry, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't think that remover would even have to be that rare because, you know, then you have like 2 of them and then it just gets worse.
It goes back to a lower value of that green.
Okay, now it's 1% instead of 1.35. Cool. It's like, what?
Right.
What the hell?
That'd be such a troll.
Yeah, I hope that they actually do some streamlining as well. I mean, I think for equipment awakening, it's not as bad as it is for applying extreme multi-Z power. But I want to do less clicks.
I agree with that.
I want to do less clicks to just do what I want to do. And maybe even something like, okay, I'm buying 50 equips or 30, I think, at once from the equip metal shop. Let me sell all of the E's and D's right away and buy more without having to go to the equipment screen and going back and checking.
Yeah, it's too much clicking back and forth. Honestly, yeah.
So this is one thing that I would really want is just quality of life, like streamlining the process.
Just streamline the process.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And-
I agree. That'd be really nice.
Someone just said an auto equip reroll would be good. Like you said, that actually that's a cool idea. It's like, okay, you set a threshold. Like if this slot goes over 13.5%, you stop. Or if you go over, I don't know, 200 erasers or I don't know, 50. That would be pretty cool, actually. Man, Mist.
Let's see. So Mist, yeah, that was what I was kind of saying. I do really hope that all the Awakened ones will be like that.
No, he just said they should be like Frenzied Power. Yeah, they should definitely be like that. I didn't even know.
So much easier.
I didn't even know that you didn't have to even awaken or upgrade the slots. You can just use the unupgraded slots, and I wasted a couple of super souls on that one. I was like, crap.
Because those are really those are actually more expensive than regular equipment. Resource wise.
Wait, what? So what happens?
So
when you do that?
So when you want to awaken that Frenzied Power equipment, you don't need to actually unlock the second and third slot. You can just upgrade it without even using the second and third slot.
Oh.
Like it could be like a D or even an E probably.
Yeah.
You don't have to have it at a certain rank like A or
this
B.
one's I think this one's an E or an F even, and that's fine.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that, so I upgraded a couple of them still, and I wasted a bunch of super souls. Sag.
Rip.
Yep.
Okay, Frosty asks, what LFs do you guys think can come for Dragon Ball Saga team? I actually really like this question because I've wanted for a while now
Mafuba Roshi.
for Dragon Ball Saga to be better. Yeah, Roshi. We need a Roshi, a Sparking Roshi or an LF Roshi. I mean, they have options there. It's not like... I mean, is Dragon Ball Saga as hype as Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super? No, but there is some... I feel like there is some good characters that they could choose from, especially like an LF Roshi.
I'll probably say that's debatable. I really enjoyed Dragon Ball. I don't know if a lot of people have seen it or enjoyed it as much as I did.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I rewatched it again like 2 years ago. Amazing. But,
the comedy.
They could give us a Teen Goku. I would love to see that.
And what I love about the OG Dragon Ball is it literally sets the mood for the entire franchise, if that makes sense. Like when OG Dragon Ball was first like getting released, like nobody knew what was going to happen. But now we can look back retrospectively and, you know, we've all seen Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and then you go back and watch the OG Dragon Ball and you see, you know, kind of how they set up the entire series, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's kind of like a nostalgic, cool feeling that I get when I watch the OG Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, tournaments meant something then for me, honestly.
True, the World Tournament.
So,
and speaking of that, we could get like a Tien with 4 arms. We could get the Piccolo Jr. from the 23rd that fights against Barefoot Goku, who does the foot Kamehameha. So those characters could be something, right? And people are saying Kid Goku could be an LF with the Dragon Fist.
They could have like a trolling character, the Krillin that is fighting that stinky dude. I can't even remember his name.
Bacterian.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
But Krillin, you don't have a nose.
Yeah.
Oh, let me just get that out of the way real quick.
Dude, that fight was so
hilarious.
funny.
I think that's one of the things that I loved about Dragon Ball was actually the comedy. Also because I grew up on the German dub, but they didn't actually shy away from the occasional swear word, and it was hilarious. It was so well synchronized.
Give me a kid Goku Boma assist unit where he TOS'd her. You know, I'll only say TOS because we're streaming. You know when he.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was that like one of the first episodes where he clapped her on the?
Yeah.
On the TOS.
On the TOS, yeah. You know, I'm streamer friendly around here.
Whoa.
No, that Dragon Ball overall is just hilarious. Honestly, just how much gag was in it.
We still need a turtle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, give us the turtle.
Jackie Chun,
Roshi and the
too.
turtle.
They could make a sparking Jackie Chun.
I love Jackie Chun. Yo, give us that hair.
Jackie Chan.
That's
What
true.
about what's he called in English? Korin? The guy on the tower.
Oh yeah, Korin. Yeah, the cat.
Oh yeah.
The cat, and then also his lover Yajirobe.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe we don't have Yajirobe in the game.
Yeah, man, he cut Vegeta's tail. Give him his shine, game. He cut Vegeta's tail. Come on now.
Exactly.
I don't know if he's LF worthy, but he's definitely sparking worthy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then also Miss just said Sparking Tao. Also
Tao.
also Kami. Mr. Popo.
Monster Carrot. Put that.
We need a
Yeah.
Mr. Popo, dude.
Mr. Popo top
There
tier
is
right
a
there.
pecking
Like, I can just
order, you
imagine.
maggots.
Oh my god. Popo would definitely be top tier. But give us a transforming Popo for no reason.
Transforming
takes off
Popo.
What would he transform
Just takes
into?
off his jacket. Just taking off his jacket. I mean, I don't know. It just
Oh yeah, so it's just like Pycon and Piccolo where he transforms into Agile style.
That's funny.
that would be
Imagine
hilarious.
Agile
yeah.
style Mr. Popo. He would just float and just evade all. He would have that UI Goku gauge.
UI
Yeah.
Goku. Yep.
You would need to hear the bell.
Just auto dodge.
Yep.
Mist, that would be so sick, dude. An Aleph Tau that kills you with his tongue.
Oh shit.
That would actually be sick.
And then in his
Yo,
animation,
what was his hair?
his win animation is him throwing the what's it called, the wooden beam or whatever, and then just
pillar,
flying
yeah.
off into the distance.
Yeah.
Pillar or whatever. Yeah.
Flying
His
over.
windscreen would just be going back to his summon animation.
You win the game and it just immediately takes you to the
It
summons.
gives you a hero, but then also your chrono crystals are gone. Sag.
You win, you get a free sparking, but you have no more chrono crystals.
You get a free sparking, I get your wallet. Easy.
Easy W, you know? But yeah, they could, do something with Mercenary Tao and Dragon Ball, definitely. They could revamp, do another Goku. It's not like we don't have, 3 Gogetas, 4 Gogetas in the game.
Also,
Anybody remember that green Gogeta that came out?
God.
Yeah, I forgot about him too.
Also, you know who was also forgotten from Dragon Ball Saga? General, what's it? Blue, right? Or purple? The guy that in Dokkan
Blue.
stunned.
Yeah, I think it's General Blue.
No, Blue, right?
The guy with the blue pants and the beige.
Yeah.
I think
It was
but
General
no,
he's the guy
yeah.
that hypnotized Goku, right? That's the guy I'm talking about? Or was
I
it
think
purple?
so.
I don't know. I think General Blue.
What about Aider, dude? For
Aider.
androids, purple Aider.
Yeah.
But he's
I'd be
good.
down for that.
Purple.
He,
Wait, is Aider, is that the Android? What was
Yeah,
it,
the one that
Android
looks
5 or
like
Android 3 or
Frankenstein.
something?
Android 8.
Oh, yeah. Hey, give us some, man. Make him a revival and endurance unit, you know?
Aider with new
That'd be
Kid Ku,
so
Tom
sick.
says. Let's go.
I'd be down, dude.
200% damage to Goku and all of his family.
Zenkai
I don't know.
Chichi, while we're at it.
Oh,
The
please.
green one?
I would.
Oh, yes.
Yes, give me that. I'm gonna run her movies. I'm gonna run her on androids. I'm gonna run her on region. She's gonna be tagged into every single
Yeah,
team.
leader slot for the win. She's just gonna slap the crap out of her son.
Dude, Chi-Chi was so good when she came out.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Son Family / Saiyans have always been really good, regardless, because Goku was a thing.
Yeah.
And it's like when she came out, oh my goodness, the damage she would do to even purple units, like purple Son Family, would just be crazy.
Yeah. Dude,
I love that unit.
for the longest time, it felt like every female that was coming out at the time was just absolutely meta relevant. Like Brienne went crazy.
Yeah.
I hated her.
Dude, her lock-in and then her eternal love.
paralysis as well.
I love
Dude,
that
if they ever Zenkai that Ribrianne, she's gonna be really good.
I'm going back to female warriors. Sorry.
Me too.
Or
Me too.
girls, quote unquote.
Girls.
Yep.
Going back to the TOS team.
Frosty asked, what are your guys' thoughts on units that fuse via Awakened Arts or Revival? So I think that'd be super cool if it was like the match started and it's like one of those dual units, like they could just have like a Goku Vegeta dual unit. And then like their first main ability is an Awakened Arts that, you know, they fuse together. You know what I mean? That'd be super cool.
Oh yeah.
I would like that idea, but right now it's like, you know, I you know, if something like that ever does happen, I would like to see that, you know, near future, 4 or 5 years, if it survives that long. But like right now, I want to see how different the animations for Ultra units are going to be. Vegeta and Goku have the same animations, quote unquote unique.
Yeah.
And supposedly it takes them a while to make the animations, but does it really seem like that when Vegeta's just a copy pasta of Goku
Yeah.
animation?
Well,
I agree with that.
Yeah, it's like literally the same angle for the clashes and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing that's also because they're free to play, and I wonder if they put more effort into it for the paid.
I'm sure they're going to change up
paid
the
units.
the premium
Yeah.
ones.
Because
I think that's what's going to be. Yeah.
people are going to be hella disappointed if they don't.
Well, yeah, I would too, honestly. You
Especially
know,
if, and
it wouldn't. No, I was going to say it wouldn't really set apart from the free ultras other than, you know, damage wise and how useful they are animation wise. It wouldn't really set apart from the free ultras from the premium ones, you know?
Yeah.
just the rates.
Yeah, just the rates.
Oh,
man.
Frosty just brought up a good point. If it's like let's say we get for some reason in the future, we get an Ultra Gogeta or an Ultra Vegito, maybe like that intro animation is them actually fusing. That would be pretty cool.
Okay, that would be sick,
Yeah.
yeah.
That would be sick.
Makes
And
sense.
this also puts less strain on your phone because they don't have to load like 4 character models for 1 character.
Right.
Yep.
It just gets it done in the intro, and then the rest of the battle is, you know, the fused
Yep,
character.
all right, go have fun now, Vegito, you know? All right, I want Legends to put some respect on my boy Gotenks, okay? So, like, I know the most recent one we got was EX Gotenks. I love Gotenks, not so much as a unit in the game, but like,
Character.
As a character.
remember when Yellow Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, yeah,
faint
like
bug?
as a character in general,
Jesus.
like, yes, the faint bug. Oh my goodness. Like, no, man, that's not a thing. It's not a bug. You know, I don't get faint a lot. It's like, well, I get faint every single time.
Yeah.
I can't relate.
Yep. And it actually was a
Wait, wasn't
bug
that actually a glitch?
Yes.
Yeah, wasn't that
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
a glitch?
Yeah.
where actually it
Yeah, because I think its ability was like 10% per. It was like 30% if you had 3 people alive or something
Yeah.
like that. And it's supposed to go down the chance to faint the last people your opponent has, but it was still feel like it would be the
yeah,
same.
that's because I think
So.
the bug was that the rates actually doubled. They had the rates doubled, which means I think if you had 3 people alive, you would get like 150% chance to faint.
Yeah, honestly, that's.
I
what
wonder
it
if
felt
that
like.
works. What?
And then when the red Gotenks came out, the transforming one, he was immediately replaced on a Fusion Warrior by who's the red unit that replaced him? It was some red unit that replaced him on the Fusion Warrior. Like he didn't get much time to be used. at
Omega
all.
Shenron.
I was very sad because he came out with a green Kefla, shocking. And I was like, oh, dope. It's 2 of my favorite Fusion Warriors. Dope, you know? And then Kefla was used for like the longest time, and Gotenks was kicked off the team by, I don't know if it was Rhea Vegito. No, Rhea Vegito came out before. It was some unit that replaced
Gotenks.
Yeah, it
You
was.
mean EX Gogeta?
Wait, which one?
EX Gogeta from Anniversary?
Yeah, I think EX Gogeta replaced
Which is even
him.
crazier seeing it's an extreme replace the premium unit. But then again,
Bro, that EX Gogeta was like Gokua back then.
yeah. And he was even
Like,
more
he was
premium because
incredible.
the rates of extremes, well,
Oh yeah.
you know, you don't have Goku, so you know. Sorry.
Yep.
Jesus.
Finger,
Just rubbing it in
salt,
now, Toms.
wound, twisting.
Twisting. Oh
I
my
got
god.
All right, I guess we have time for one more question. If you guys have anything.
Let's see. I see Mist asked, do you ever think we'll see ranged ultimates? And I hope not.
If they turn out like Bojax, then keep them. Like, although that's an awakening art, but if it acts the same way, it's like, yeah.
it overrides
yeah.
everything.
Ranged ultimates, the Gotenks, the yellow Gotenks.
Yeah,
has
he's
a ranged
like
ultimate. We just talked about him. The
yeah,
faint
but the
one.
question is, do we?
He throws his
Yeah,
ring.
but the question is, will we ever see any more of them in the future?
Any more of them? Oh.
Yeah,
I hope not.
I also don't know. I also don't want it.
I think we will, but like, you know,
Yeah, probably, but very rare.
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, because ultimates override blue cards and everything, so you know, like Bojack's Awakens arts card also overrides everything. Blue cards,
Yeah.
other ultimates because they're obviously not range type. And then also, it's always fun if you forget that your ultimate doesn't have blast armor. Oops.
Oh god, that's so funny.
And then you're like, wait. It's like with the Kefla, right? The green one doesn't have blast armor on her ult, but her strike does it. And then the red Kefla,
That's
I
so
think, is
funny.
switched around.
Yeah, I think she has armor on her ult, the red one.
And I think it's... No, it's not the same for Vegito Blue, but like sometimes, you know, the sprites look so different. The models look so similar that you forget which of the two units you're playing. And then you press a strike with Vegito Blue purple and you're like, oh shit.
I do that all the time. I get it mixed up all the time. Like with Vegito Blue, it's like, okay, I'm expecting you to pierce my blast. Why are you blasting? Oh, you're purple Vegito Blue. Nice to know.
Oops.
All right.
I've noticed that people do that because sometimes I'll run the Zenkai Blue Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku alongside Clapku, and I'll notice because they'll like accidentally rush Clapku thinking it's the Zenkai Goku. Like,
And you're like,
that happens a lot. You'd be surprised how often that happens.
bait it.
Yep.
Jesus.
Bam.
Oh my
But at
god.
least
the
they have a
6
different
beats.
costume on.
Yeah. Well, okay. So that's it for the podcast this week. If you want to rewatch parts of it or you missed it, it's going to go live on YouTube in about 24 and a half hours. And if you need something to do in the meantime, obviously go to our YouTube channel, check out League and stuff. It's 10 of us playing each other in a League format with different rules every round. And every proceed of your likes and comments goes to charity. So you can do something good for free. And obviously, thank you for Riku for showing up. And
Oh, of course.
and of course to our 3 other guests who are more regulars, Azdeek, Noctis, and Swift. Go check them out on YouTube, on Twitch. I think, yeah, Noctis on Twitch. Azdeek, Riku, and Swift are on YouTube. But if you don't already know them by now, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? And as always, right? As always, check out our link tree. We have Twitter, we have a Discord, we have Reddit, all the good stuff.
We have TikTok.
We have TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
And there's still a giveaway happening for 10,000. I think Iggy is going to give away like $300 to 3 people, like 100 to 3 people this way. And yeah, with that said, thanks everybody for the support. We are going to raid into the controller god ZVG. So you can see some high level gameplay without a phone, because that man is playing like a mad lad on a controller. And we'll be back next week for episode 47 of the Dragon Ball Legends podcast with hopefully some more news. I mean, we got an LF. Let's see what else we get. Have a good week, guys. See you next time. Bye, everybody.
Peace.
Later, guys.
Bye.